Okay, I want to open this up for questions, but what about corporate India? There is not an industrialist I've met who doesn't crib privately about the state of the economy, about the tax rates, about the tax terrorism, but yet they're almost terrified about being, seen to be saying something in public. I'm not pointing to anybody in the audience. I'm asking you.
Yes, I live in Bombay.
Yes. So what's the mood in Bombay?
It's gloomy as gloomy can be, because private investment hasn't picked up, because the sort of, the atmosphere for investment is not good. Government is not paying its bills. So major companies, who do projects for government are going broke because the government doesn't pay, their bills. When cases go to court, there are people in the Modi government who can actually make sure that a fair judgment is not given. So, the atmosphere is not good at all, and nobody can speak because, if you speak too much, and maybe I'm speaking too much, you end up with a tax raid.
You saw Rahul Bajaj trying to make a big point to Amit Shah.
And nobody stood with him. Except
Kiran Shaw, I think.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah. But there were a lot of people there, and if they'd stood with him, government would have listened. The Shaheen Bagh women have done more to speak out than business has. Yeah.
I think that's quite a statement. Shaheen Bagh has done more to speak out than corporate India has. I'm going to pause here. There's other stuff to talk about. How are we doing on time, by the way? What's the time? We're doing well? I want to take questions and then get back to the conversation because I think that keeps it pacey. So you've heard a lot right now. Let's get you guys involved. I hope this audience isn't going to be scared of speaking. Yes, I see your hand up there. Yes, please. Sorry, just wait for the mic to reach you. Thank you.
We often discuss in business colleagues that, Mr. Modi has been a great change agent. He's brought a lot of good changes. But everything gets overshadowed by two factors. One is that his central control functioning style, and second is the lack of economic vision. What do you, Tavleen, has to say about it?
Well, one of the reasons why I supported him, I've never endorsed a prime minister in my column. The column's been going for 35 years. The only time I've ever done it was with Modi, because when I heard him say things like, government has no business to be in business, and I'm going to put out a red carpet for investors and not red tape. We're going to cut all the red tape. So one of the things that's really disappointed me is that he's not only just a central planner, but a statist. I was so happy when he got rid of the Planning Commission, and I thought this is the way forward. This should be the richest country in the world. There is no reason for India to be poor, and he used to say this. But it's very disappointing.
But what made you think he was an economic reformer? He believes in strengthening PSUs. He believes in, he's not sold one significant public sector unit.
When he first became Prime Minister, and before he became Prime Minister, he said all these things. Government has no business to be in business. The reason why corporate India supported him was because it was music to their ears as it was to mine. Because I really believe we have to dump socialism. And then he attacked Manrega in the Lok Sabha.
But he continued with all of the Congress schemes.
I know, that's what was so disappointing. That's when actually my disappointment started to happen.
But then he also won 2019, at least partly on some of these microeconomic schemes.
Yeah, because he did them properly, but it's still socialism. Instead of helping people, help themselves to get out of poverty by giving them the tools to lift themselves out of poverty, education, healthcare, roads, electricity, clean water. By the way, I think one of the most remarkable things he has done is Swachh Bharat. There's Swachh Bharat in this book. That it has
and
been
your conversations at breakfast with Paramaya.
Yeah. That's an extraordinary achievement. And if he can do water now, which is going to be hard.
What do you think of the Delhi government's subsidized/free electricity and water?
I'm not mad about subsidies or socialist subsidies.
You don't think the victory of the Aam Aadmi Party has set a template for other parties to follow?
Yeah, well, everyone's a socialist in India. So, we're used to crumbs from the high table. Whereas instead of that, if you gave villages proper jobs, instead of dole, if you built roads, he's done quite well on village roads. And he's done well on fiber optics. You know, you can get 4G.
You don't think the
anywhere.
state owes its citizens water and electricity, and you really think all of us
I
sitting
think that-
here should
I
be
think
paying
they-
the same as the people who work in a house for electricity and water?
No, I don't think that we should. We should help those who need it. But the subsidy goes across the board, doesn't it?